Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. This is Anthony taking the reins today, and I'm joined by the indomitable Steven.
The one guy you know very well.
So we wanted to make a quick recording today because there was a big shadow drop from Nintendo out of nowhere today.
A big shadow drop.
And they managed to keep this one completely under wraps. I feel like whereas they've been a huge leaky faucet lately, this one never got past the filter at all.
Thank heavens, because this was a big surprise and it would have been completely ruined.
Yeah, no, this was an exciting one. So, for those of you who have not seen it yet, what dropped this morning was a big, juicy announcement for a new Hyrule Warriors game that is going to be set in the time 100 years before the start of Breath of the Wild. In other words, the time that you see all the memories about, and I think all of us probably occasionally were like, man, I wish they would have made some gameplay during that period of time. Well, now they're making a whole prequel about it.
And what's cool about this is it's not tied to just you playing as Link. You can now play as Zelda and all the champions. Because it's Hyrule Warriors, you can play as all these characters and get away with it, which is super cool. And yeah, I always wanted to see what happened. Like, I always wanted to play, 100 years ago before Calamity Ganon, and oh my gosh, this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, no, I remember when I first saw the announcement. I mean, I'll preface this by saying that if given the choice between a Zelda game and a Warriors game, I will choose Zelda.
Of course,
because I feel like the gameplay is kind of a higher tier.
Yes.
But that being said, I when I watched it, I thought Warriors is actually a really good way to tell this story because it was wartime. There was lots of armies. Like, that doesn't necessarily jive with a normal Zelda style of game, but it fits right in with a Warriors style.
Oh man, I'm still freaking out and I'm still smiling from ear to ear. Let us know down in the comments below if you're excited for this game and who you're most excited to play as, because that game, those gameplay sequences looked awesome. It looks like they're incorporating the Sheikah slate.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say.
They're just
is that we should talk about that for a moment.
Yes.
I'm excited with what it looks like is going to be some gameplay wrinkles on the usual Warriors formula. Most of the time, in most Warrior games, you just kind of mash one button and then occasionally press another one, and you sweep entire armies before you, and it's largely a power fantasy. And I mean, I guess you have to be the type to enjoy that. I can enjoy that sometimes. I think it's exciting how it looks like, based on the trailer, that there's going to be some wrinkles to the usual formula. Instead of just pushing buttons, it looks like Steven said, that there's going to be the return of the flurry rush, where if you get a perfect dodge, then you can counterattack with a flurry rush. And in most Warriors games, dodging is one of the least important things in your gameplay repertoire. Like,
it doesn't really do much for you.
Why do you need to dodge? You can just sweep them before you and you're done.
If you just hit B button twice, they're dead.
Right. So it kind of made me excited because I was thinking, well, maybe that means they're going to introduce some more challenge. Maybe that's just me jumping to conclusions and it's just, kind of tacked on there. Like, you can dodge and flurry rush, but you might as well just sweep them before you anyway. Who knows? But I was excited to see that because it makes me hopeful that they're going to, take the usual Warriors formula and then make it more complex and maybe some more challenging. I like my challenge, so that's something
Anthony
that I
does
like
his
see.
challenge. Now, not only are they bringing in these wonderful gameplay elements from Breath of the Wild, they're also bringing in the voice actors. They're working extremely close with the Zelda team in bringing this to our wonderful eyeballs. And, dude, what do you think about that? Like, they have more story elements in here that looks like it's going to be heavily story-driven, as most the Warrior Saga is. So that's going to be nice. And it's going to be a heart-wrenching story.
It is. We already know it's got a sad ending.
We already know what's going to happen. But I can't wait to see it. Sign me up.
No, I think that's the other thing that's got me really excited is, in addition to all the the new gameplay elements, it looks like they're going to have a really compelling story to tell. And we've all, I feel like, thought this before, that we wish we could see this, and I think that that's a big deal for this game, because with Hyrule Warriors, I mean, sure, there was definitely a plot drive there, but it wasn't the deepest plot ever. And maybe that could be said of this too, but I feel like it's an event that, because of our experiences with Breath of the Wild, has become a very important one to us, and so that's going to add some real gravity to the plot when we do get to see it in action. And I think that might be the thing I'm most excited about, is having a Warriors game with a story I'm this invested in.
Oh, and they did throw out there that Breath of the Wild 2, they're still working on it, and they're trying to make it perfect, whatever you want to call it. Take your time. This will hold me over. Thank you.
Yes.
I will shut up now about the holiday 2020 Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. So I'll shut my face. I definitely want this Hyrule Warriors game.
I think it is probably safe to also interpret that statement about Breath of the Wild 2 to mean this is getting delayed for quality reasons. They've said this before. We've heard this before. Steven, get that look off your face. I will take a delayed...
That is not what I wanted to hear.
I will take a delayed Zelda over an imperfect one.
How delayed, though? Are you thinking like a year? Or are you thinking like March?
No, well, I'm still hoping for March. I guess I wouldn't be surprised to see it delayed till holiday next year, but I hope not.
We also wanted to plug in a shout out to the Mario 35th anniversary, because we were unable, I don't remember why, but we were not able to...
We were delinquents. So
Schedules did not match up very well this Labor Day weekend. But, yes, so Mario 35th anniversary. And so I was watching the presentation. I loved all the announcements. I thought that Mario Kart Live looked super cool. From like a technology standpoint, I was like, how is this possible? This is freaking awesome. Love it. It must be communicating Bluetooth to the Switch, and playing that is the coolest way to bring toys to life, in my opinion. Instead of getting a toy, scanning it into the game, and then interacting with it that way, then putting it back on the shelf. This is the right way to do it, and it's super cool. Too expensive for me, but it's super cool. In case you don't know, $100. $100 for Mario and the game, or $100 for Luigi in the game. And in order to get Mario and Luigi, you have to buy the game twice. And in order for you to play multiplayer, you have to have 2 copies of the game and 2 Switches. So that's a big bummer. But other than that, it's pretty dang cool. And that's all I have to say about that. But, okay, and I have to geek out a bit, because I am not one to talk big about Battle Royale games. But that Super Mario Bros. Battle Royale looks incredible. It's going to be so sick. I don't know why it's so limited time. I can only imagine it's because, hopefully, they'll change the levels or something. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Or change the game or something. Or I hope it doesn't. It's not for limited time. And speaking for limited time, Anthony, I'm just going. We have the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which is supposedly a limited time. Which is kind of a bummer. And who knows why they're doing that. What?
No, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. But, so, when this was announced, I was super thrilled that, one, it was real, and 2, it was real. And it was all 3 of these great games I've loved growing up. Nintendo dropped the ball a little bit. At least, after I've got the hype, coming in and saw the presentation, I started looking at the gameplay, and it doesn't look like they brushed up any of that.
Well, I will interrupt here. So
you take over.
Because my response was a little bit reverse of yours. At first, I was kind of unimpressed, and then I thought about it for a while, and I was like, no, this makes sense. So it does appear actually, and credit to Game Explain here for this, but it does look like they've actually upscaled the resolutions rather significantly. Now, upscaled resolutions isn't the biggest deal to me, but if you look at a side-by-side, there's a significant difference. They were showing, for example, the original Super Mario 64, and then they showed a side-by-side of, the Switch version, and everything is significantly clearer. You look at the 64 version, like, wow, that actually was pretty blurry. So resolutions have been upscaled significantly, and I can't help but imagine that, performance is also going to be really, really nice. These are massive games that we're basically asking them to remake and then sell for a tiny price, when honestly, if they were going to do a gigantic remake of each game with, say, Odyssey graphics, then why on earth would they sell it as a compilation when they could get $60 out of each one? I came to the conclusion that, this actually makes sense. I mean, sure, would I have taken, a little bit more of a brushing up? Yeah. And maybe that makes me a little bit less urgent to get it, just because of my legendary backlog, which I keep on bringing up.
You haven't seen his backlog. Here's a card up in the corner. This is outdated now. We got to update it.
It's outdated. I just bought a whole bunch of new games on sale, so I'm just digging my own grave here. But anyway, ultimately, I think that they have done a really good thing with All Stars. They're bringing these classic games to the Switch, and I think that's something we've wanted all along. And if they hadn't done it as a compilation, if they'd just done ports, we would have all been pretty happy with it. I think it's safe to say that.
Yes.
And so the fact that they've done as much as they have with updating the visuals, or well, not the visuals, but the resolution and making them so that they fit widescreen, is more than we would have gotten if it had just been ported.
All right, you've softened the blow a little bit.
It's funny that I'm the one who's having to do this, because in our original conversations, I feel like you were trying to talk me down.
I was.
That was kind of their tentpole announcement, but to be honest, for me, I think the thing that I was most excited about was the port/update, I won't call it a remaster, of 3D World.
How did I forget about that? Anthony, this is awesome, because they are bringing in multiplayer online.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's a seller for me, because, well, you all know the pandemic. Like, it's hard to get together with friends and play a good co-op game. And this, my friends, is one of the best co-op games ever made.
It's a lot of fun.
It's so dang fun. Excuse the language. Gotta keep it rated G.
And then I'll just say, on top of that, the addition of Bowser's Fury, whatever the heck that is.
Yes, whatever that is.
That's already probably a reason for me to just automatically buy it anyway.
Anthony,
I don't know what it is. So
always like new content.
Yes.
That's when you can sell me, man. Yep, we're super excited about that one. 10 out of 10. You heard it here first. Tim already gives it a 10 out of 10. We haven't played it yet. Okay.
Anyway, there was a lot they covered there, and we were delinquent in getting to it.
We were.
Our thoughts on it.
We apologize. It was busy.
Yeah, it can't go undiscussed though. So
it definitely cannot. So here we are. All right, you're here first, and thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. Comment down below, please. What are you excited for the most? The Mario stuff or the Zelda freaking awesomeness?
Or both. The point is, it's a good time to be a Nintendo fan. We've got, fan service coming out the wazoo with the Mario 35th anniversary, and then this surprise announcement for Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, it's looking like this holiday is going to be a lot better than we thought it was, and I'm happy about that.
All right, well, you heard it here first, guys. Until next time,
keep it nerdy.